Hear that, Deon?
Yeah.
Why does it? Okay, if is it
It's-
just me or did it just start like doing this like a week ago?
Yeah,
Uh,
it didn't do it any other time other than the last time when I was on and I heard it and he mentioned it. Before that,
Huh.
I never heard it.
Damn, I think Deon. I thought it was you that said you had it, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's on mine, but that was the first time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on because I don't even remember updating this or anything. I thought it opens up to my web browser.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
good.
might be an automatic update too, because since it's coming from directly from a server versus a desktop app.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do our analysis. Pretty easy.
Getting my
Um,
trading view up.
we had equal highs, equal lows on the 4 hour. I guess you could say it wasn't equal lows, but I mean, come on, that's equal lows. We finally broke through to the upside. So now we're looking to the left as to where it could go. So it's currently in this area. So it could react anywhere within here. I also mapped out above this area over here. But this is just a refined one. But it's not there. I think there's, oh, I deleted it. Oh shit. Okay, well, there were two areas right here, but this one I think is the most obvious one, right? So anywhere within here, I think we're right now in, there we go. Right now we're in this area. So we're within here, you can see the blue line, but then we can just refine this to the source, right? This is how I'm doing now. Deon, you can do your own shit after if you want. I just kind of start talking. Yeah, so you can see right here. Notice how this was the breaker structure to the downside, but this was the overall. But then we'll go like the 15. Over here, so we just passed this. So now we can look for maybe up here. Right. I would just, oh fuck, I should have went back on the replay. But all I'm doing, hopefully you can see, all I'm doing is just okay, cool. All I'm doing is I'm literally going back and I'm trying to find the source, right?
And this is on the 10-minute now. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, it does work. Yeah. Ah, I know it wasn't gonna work, but I tried. So yeah, because here's the deal. This is what I'm looking for. So now we're back on the normal time.
Yeah.
Prices made a new higher high, took all these equal lows, right? I'm looking for price to come back down because if we made a new higher high, okay, what do I mean by that? So I'm looking for two scenarios here. Very simple. I'm either looking for a continuation entry to the upside or a continuation entry to the downside. Now, if we know price just made a higher high on the 4 hour, right? Well, why don't I look for an area that it could go to and react from? Because then if we know, like say right here, it just starts reacting, yeah, we could take an entry, right? But this area, right, like this yellow,
Yeah.
orange, whatever, is the clear area that it could react from, right? Because then if it did that, we could be like, oh, look, it's mitigating, and we're going to look for price to go like this, right? Failed to make a new higher high, break structure down here, then we can look for an entry.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
all we're doing is we're waiting. We're waiting for price to all of a sudden break structure. But once it breaks structure, now we're waiting for price to make a
a
failed
lower
higher.
low and then
Right.
come back and mitigate the range, and then we can take a
Exactly.
confirmation
Once we
entry.
get this, right? Once we have this set up here, then we
Mhm.
can look for entry,
Right.
right? And you
So
have to be
that's all you've been doing, right? Just this is
yeah, it's easy. It literally is like that's it. Because
this
it's
is
just
starting to make more sense, because if you think about it, it's really like a specific type of schematic.
yeah, well, you gotta like because you can take other entries, all right? You can take boom, risk entry. The problem with that is, okay, well, what if it doesn't work out? How do you
Right.
actually know this is going to be the spot? Because yes, we refine this from like the 4 hour down. That's cool.
Right.
But you still don't know if it's going to work out or if it's not going to work out, right? And like the 4 hour will most likely work out because it's a higher time frame range, right? So you have to
Right.
understand that. However, you also have to understand like, well, you could be correct. Like if you're trying to go for these tight stops or you're trying to go for these high probability plays, like yes, go within there, but just wait for the confirmation. Because if you have a confirmation, there's going to be opportunities, right? You look for the confirmation and you look for the um, area that caused a break of structure. That is key. If you
Right.
don't, then you're not going to be playing where you should be playing. Like every single one of these, it hit the area where structure was broken, right? This one, like almost, I guess. But then we have this up here, like relatively
Right.
pretty hit every time, right? So it's not about then you have to go, okay, it's not about um getting the area that broke structure, but or sorry, it's not about just taking an entry. It's literally just waiting for it to come in here.
Mhm.
It will come in that area, right? Like
And I
at
also
some,
see there's liquidity.
yeah. So it's just taking quality trades,
Right.
right? Like you can see right here, somebody would be like, look, there's a break of structure. Yes, bro. But now we're gonna wait for it to do a more obvious break of structure, right? So I wouldn't have even said that's one. But I would have waited for price to do this, broke here, failed to make a new higher high, and then come down, break structure again, and then we can look for a short here.
Right.
But realistically, I want it to break down here. But this way, like you're going to get such easy trades and you're not going to be losing money. I was losing money because I would go for every trade. Like right now, I would try to get in on a trade. I'd be like, oh, look, there's a momentum shift. We're going down. Why? Why not just wait for the continuation to happen?
Right.
And even if we miss this one, there's going to be multiple ones that we could have gotten in on.
Yeah, because we could see some inducement happening.
Yeah, 100%. Right. So, yeah, all I'm looking for is the confirmation or continuation entry. I always mess
Right.
up the name. But yeah. Because then it's easy. Like then we set alerts. Like, look right here, boom, we can set an alert, right? Why would we set here? Because this area is where we had that big time frame or larger time frame break a structure to the downside,
Yeah.
right? Clear, easy, clean, right? So because here's the thing, you can take a short here, but then where are we going to be going to, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to line up our discount and then notice how for this swing, this is in discount or this is in discount, this is in discount. Well, that's just a little play. Okay, you can take that. But if we wait for up here, we can also translate this to what? Like, for example, some people may say, this is liquidity, and this is liquidity. However, this could also not be liquidity for right now, right? Meaning like right now, where is price reacting? Notice how price is coming down. So this is perfect right here. Notice how price is coming down. It may just be coming down to mitigate out of one of these areas, right? So
Right.
what I would do is I would wait to see if this fails to break structure to the upside. Then I would wait to see if there's a break of structure to the downside again. And then if there is, I'm going to be getting out or I'm going to be taking it. And that's it. But it's just about waiting. Like just wait because like it's 8:30 right now. We have 2.5 hours left where we can get in.
Right.
So
No, we got time.
like what 150 candles to print before we are done for the day. So we just chill. And
Yeah.
even you could take a long, but the only challenge with the long in this area is
Risk entry.
risk entry and also notice how we're like already kind of at the top. We already did make a higher high.
Yeah.
So for me, I wouldn't take a long because yes, this could be our target. Like we're just playing it safe with our money. This could be our target up here. That price is to hit, then it goes down. But if we're already there, then why would we take it? That's like, I don't know. It's
Right.
we're already there. There's more likelihood that price can come down because we're pretty much at that spot compared to go up. But also on the flip side, like the momentum is to the upside, right?
Correct.
But
Yeah, and we don't have a, like, I could see it being a continuation trade sort of like, but we are at the top. We're in that zone, so we'll see what happens.
so yeah, who cares? Like we just wait. That's it. So just wait, hang out. I
Yep.
don't know. Plan a road
Yeah,
trip.
that's it. We just hang out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share mine. It might be similar to yours, but just slightly different.
Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right. I can't share my screen. It's a host disabled possessive screen share. Okay, here we go.
Are you alright, Chris, mate? Sounds like he's dying.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, this is what I have. I'm gonna start off on the daily, just so it's easier to comprehend going down. All right, so on the daily, we're still on our uptrend, looking to break this high here, because we already had our breaker structure here. We had our retracement, so now we're looking for price to continue up to break this high here. If I zoom in on the leg that we're on now, go down to the 4-hour, it's aligning with the daily time frame. Low, high, low, breaker structure, retrace, then we just broke structure again to the upside. So now at this point, I'm looking for a retracement. So now I have to find out where can I get my retracements from. So I'm just following it over. And at the top of the daily high, I have POIs. The first one that I have is up here for obvious reasons. It's the last candle before the engulf candle with imbalance and everything else left. Then I have over here, let me see if I go on replay. I drop down. This is all my equal highs. It's equal highs here, also with imbalance here. So it lets me know that if price does spike above this green line here and it comes back down, it probably only did it just to take liquidity for the pullback and I can have more confidence in my pullback. Or it could use this liquidity that's sitting here to spike up into this area here before it actually had this pullback before breaking that high. So if I go into a current price action, right here, we can see that we stopped before my first POI and we created equal highs and then we tapped into it. Right now, this tap into it could actually be a FU candle for price to continue on to the downside, because I'm also looking at current price action and I see the way price is traveling up and a clean little trend line for me, leaving behind liquidity. So this could have been a FU candle right here for price to spike up, take liquidity and go down, or we can have what my other scenario was, which is come further in here. But either way I go, I'm looking for a momentum shift here or in here. And what I mean by a momentum shift, which will give me more confidence, is, where's my line? This is my high. This is my low that made my high. I will want to see this low gets broken and then retracement up. Or if you go on a higher time frame, this would be your high, something like this would be your low that made the high. You will wait for it to break and then retrace up. Depending on what time frame you're trading on a 1 minute, I would be more cautious because you can get false momentum shifts. Like for instance, somebody probably took this as a momentum shift and it might be one, but the safer bet is to say that, okay, this is my high. So this might be a momentum shift. I'm not sure because it's the 1 minute, but I would see why a person would take a short here. Because this would be my high, this would be my low that created my high, and we just broke it. And then we retraced in the inside. So I can see somebody taking a shot from somewhere up in here, or I could see somebody waiting for extra confirmation by going on a higher time frame and saying, well, on a 5 minute, this whole push is a leg up. So since this whole push is a leg up, I'm looking for a better breaker structure, like somewhere down here. And this is a clear leg down and a clear leg up. So when we break that and we retrace it, could give you more confidence. But once again, this could have been a FU candle. And if this is a FU candle, then it just took liquidity for us to continue down. So that would give me even more confidence to say, okay, then this might be a momentum shift on the 1 minute for me to go short. Because we had equal highs here and we clearly took these equal highs here. Now we're seeing what? Momentum to the downside with these big down candles now. So this could be the reaction area for the pullback or the retracement. And ultimately, I'm looking to go long. So down here, just my areas that I have to where I would like to see a long trade from. So if we reach down here, I'm gonna look for momentum shifts here to go long or momentum shifts right here to go long. Because it's just the only thing that makes sense. So the short would just be a retracement trade for me to go up long. And this is another trade that I have that I'm monitoring, but I wasn't gonna talk about that. So
yeah, so like know your place, like in where you're at, because that's exactly it. I'm doing the same thing, like looking for a short in order to get a long, because like Deon just said, it has to retrace, because if it just made a higher high, right, that's the top, then we'll look for the momentum shifts, which are keys, right? And normally we get momentum shifts after we react from somewhere. So that's why like my area is this orange thing at the top. But yeah, you just look for that, and then you could take a short down to like where he pointed out, right? The most obvious spot. And then you can get in for a long there. And you wait for it to break this structure, right? Say this is the high, you wait for the long to break this structure, right? Or, around this structure. But the idea would be for it to break this structure because it's going to make a new higher high, right? And then once it makes a new higher high, you say, where's the most obvious spot that it could react from? And then you'll find some other spot. And then you would get out, or you can get out early, which I would suggest get out early, like in a calculated way. Then you look for that reaction to the downside or to the upside. You look for the reaction at the top after it makes a higher high. And then take a short, back down. So that's it. You're just looking for like price to react. Now, here's the thing. This is how it differs from like what was being shown in the group. Because now we're going from taking all these obvious trades. Like you could have taken a trade right now, or when it dipped down here, you could have taken that long, right? Oh shit, I'm not even sharing my screen.
I was quite confused there, Chris.
Sorry.
Oh, y'all probably were still looking at my NZD JPY.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh,
I was like, I swear Chris's screen looks different.
sorry. What? Can you see my screen or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this orange thing at the top,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
marked out, right? My bad. But so you could have taken a long right now, but see how they're like it's not working out. So what I used to do is take all these trades, but now I'm like, bro, most of them aren't gonna work out. Yeah, some of them will, but you know, some of them won't
Right.
work out. Okay, what's the most obvious, easiest thing to trade? Like, it's almost just so I can be more lazy, right? So I don't have to stare at the charts all the time. I'm like, okay, what's the easiest way I can make money? What's the easiest way I can take a trade here? And it's just like what we said. So you just follow the high time frame, which Deon has, I think, beaten into a lot of us. And then you look for that momentum shift to the opposite side, then you get in.
Looks like it's created a lower high. We just need to see that break of structure.
Okay, so this, yeah, so I wanted to break past here,
Yeah. It might do
right?
that any second now.
Yeah, so I wanted to break this swing, then we can look for entries for shorts. But unless it breaks this swing, because even right now it's still mitigating, right?
Right, correct.
So let's see it break this swing. There we go, boom. So now we can look for a short,
Yeah.
right? Where's our short? Okay. Somewhere here. So this one's a little, yeah, boom, perfect. So we can look for a short here.
Okay.
Six. What's this? Oh wow. Okay, so it's a 4. Okay. 4 pit stop. So this is why we did the higher time frame because, or why I did the 5 minute, because the 5 minutes obviously obvious, but it was kind of like unclear as to where the break of structure was on the lower time frame.
Right.
Like it
The only
wasn't.
thing that would have gave me the actual confirmation on the 1 minute is the fact of the liquidity grab that I was pointing out. So after we seen the liquidity grab, then we seen the momentum shift to the 1 minute. I'd say that I can see why somebody would take the short here because we just pretty much had a liquidity grab. We ran the equal highs, and now on the 1 minute we're breaking structure to the downside, but it wasn't clean. So it
That's
wasn't
it.
clean enough for me to take the trade. Even though I seen it happening and I was talking about it as it was happening, it still wasn't clean enough for me to take the trade.
Leaving Ontario. So I have to wait until 10:30 to call the BC line because they're 3 hours ahead.
Good point. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. If this doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like, this is what I mean by maybe it won't work out, but like whatever. This would be the high probability clean trade area, right?
So
I mean,
would
the
you
worst.
take,
Yeah, what's up?
I was just wondering, would you draw the gone box or whatever and take it at the 50?
Okay, so this is a 4 pip like difference.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, you can do that. I'm just waiting till it comes to like a decent area. So about the 50-ish, yeah.
Yeah, because I drew mine. Because like I drew the whole order block on the minute 5, and that's exactly what it looked like for me. Like
So
on
see, like
your
right now
screen.
you could have taken the short, but like I'm still waiting for it for a
Do you
better
have
price.
your your order ready to execute?
Yeah, my stop's right here. This 30.
Yep. I want it to come up a little bit more, and then I'll take a
Yeah,
short,
same.
preferably to the 50 of this range.
Thank you for calling.
There's zero updates. It's the 25th today. There's nothing updated on that website. Nothing in the anything. Which you would think by now being the day of,
Yeah.
they would say something or they would have said something. So, babe, I think I'm like 99.9% sure we are good to go.
Yeah.
And I am literally.
I love it.
And I asked about the airports, are there any like special things traveling to Canada? They're like, no. I'm like, thank you. I want to go now. I want to get on the plane.
Oh, you will. Don't worry. A couple days. I'm going on a trip. Sorry. That's the
It's all good.
Yeah.
She sounds excited, Chris.
She's excited. So excited. She shat herself yesterday. Just kidding.
It's my first trade on this with this new broker.
That's okay. There's not a lot of people. There's only like 3 people. Yeah. So you could have taken this, but I'd rather just wait for that cleaner entry.
I'm waiting for it to come up at the 50.
Yeah. There's
Just
no
'cause-
reaction yet. Like even here, this could be the reaction. But here's the thing: if it breaks structure to the downside, we'll take the new range.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool.
See, that's an issue I think I was having. Was like, I'd get my mindset like, okay, this is where price has to react from to get in, going short or going long, and then like looking back, it'd be like there's like 5 other chances I could have gotten in, like at a different range. But I was like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Just dead set on, no, this is the one because this is where the move originated.
And like, yeah, that does hold some weight. However, at the same time, it's like, well, I think I said on Sunday, like if we have a range like that's made, like that range has to.
Yeah.
May have it here. Come on, bro, keep going. I know you're fun. Mm-hmm.
We can hear how it works for me.
Keep going. Because like here's the thing too, even though this is a 4 pip stop, which is solid, like if we can, like what if this just had a spike up and we now have like a 2 or a 1 pip stop?
Yeah, mine is a 0.19.
Yeah. At least you're losing less money than you would be.
True.
Depending on how you trade.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Mine,
too.
I lose the same no matter how small or big stop is.
Mhm.
Well, this is what trading's all about, right? This is the
Yeah.
intensity.
Mhm. That's fine, man. Do you think? Yeah. Love it. So let's see if this can go up a bit more.
Yeah.
Anybody
thanks.
take get in, Deon?
For me, yeah.
This guy.
I don't care about a small stop loss if my risk to reward great enough because I already showed where I want to take my long at. So if I'm thinking that it's going to come down there, is the stop good enough for my risk to reward that if it gets down to where I want to take my long at, I'd be happy with it. And it is, 'cause that's like a 1 to full on. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 to 5,
Still making money at the end of the
maybe
day.
more. I'm not sure. I just randomly say 1 to 5. So let me actually see what that is.
I'm hoping it does come up a little bit, just to 50 of this zone would be nice, but we'll see.
Okay.
What would you target on this trade?
The long position, if you go to a higher time frame, like a 5 minute or
Yeah.
just any higher time frame, you can see where price started to break structure from. So look for where price broke the structure on when I showed you the daily time frame, how we just broke structure on the, well, not the daily, the 4 hour. And it's like, okay, where was the orders that pushed that move to break that structure on the 4 hour time frame? On a 1 minute, it's hard to find it. But if you go to like the hour or the 15, you can start to see clear, which people always call ranges or order blocks or X, Y, and Z. And I have those marked up. And then I
Yeah.
look for where the most volume was traded at. So even if I open up my volume profile, is it lining up to the orders that I have placed or my POIs that I have placed?
Right.
Might have
Let
been
me
too
share my
aggressive.
screen so I could better explain that.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Is it going up or down?
I was gonna get down, but I didn't get in yet. I was
Can you
gonna
see it?
I cannot. It's still.
Chris, can you
is-
stop sharing yours?
Yeah.
Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, we see it.
Yep, I got you now.
All right. Let me hide my excess.
This thing's down. Okay, so 2 aggressive there. Let's see if we can get another entry.
See, we broke this high. You know how I have my higher highs and my higher lows?
Yeah.
On the higher time frame is in orange, and we just broke this high. So I'm looking for whether the momentum came that broke that high. It either came from these ranges over here or this range that's inside of here.
So you're thinking
So-
this trade could go all the way down there?
Well, that's not far. The London session didn't even go far from what the London session is used to. Like if I do this and you see this London session went from here to here, this, well, not the London session, that's London and New York, which will be even more reason for a pullback because it's about the distance that it's been traveling to. But the reason why I suspect that it can come down here is because if we're continuing a uptrend, we're going to mitigate things that's local to the downside.
Oh, okay.
And-
This is on minute 5.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I thought it was on the 4 hour. I was like, holy
Nah,
smokes.
my orange lines come from like the 4 hour. So when I'm
Okay.
lower on these lower time frames, I can make sense of it because I might not notice its pattern on this lower time frame.
Right.
So I go high and then I mark it. It's like okay, right here on this breaker structure right here, you would say, okay, what caused this breaker structure? It was either this cluster right here
Right.
or something inside of here. And then
Right.
you look
And
at
you
why.
could, and as we see it, it worked out perfect.
Exactly. And you could just
Sure.
backtrack the whole thing. You could say here, it's the same thing. Like,
Right.
okay, even just noticing that those areas are close to the discount. Like right here, it's close to the 50 of this swing.
Yeah.
If I move to the next one, this one didn't come all the way in discount. But that's why we look for confirmation. So
Right.
we know that we have ranges right here. So I know if I start to see the momentum shift, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with here. We just broke these equal highs here and we made a higher high. So now I'm looking, okay, where can price retrace to? I see this cluster here and I see this cluster here. Not only that, if I put on my, if I show my volume and I show the volume for today, boom. Okay, the highest cluster was right here where price was just building up from. The next
Yeah.
highest was down here, which is the start of that breaker structure. So I know that the most significant orders on the day was down here, which was the buildup from where price broke structure, and up here, which is the buildup right now. So that gives me more even added confidence to look for these areas. See, on the 1 minute, it wasn't really clear of what I was seeing, but when I go down to a smaller time frame and I'm looking for POIs, it's like the only thing that I can see is probably right here above my POI
Yeah.
or down here. Now, what I did, which is why you see all these boxes, is I just refined all the way down. Like if I come to the 1 hour, you will clearly select this one.
Right. Correct. And then you refine it
And
down to
then-
the minute 1.
Exactly,
And minute 5.
but I still
Yeah.
keep that 1 hour on there because I know that it can reverse anywhere from in there. But within that 1 hour, it's like you would clearly select this one.
Yeah.
And then I just work my way down. And I do the same thing with the other ones. Like it's no
Okay.
guarantee that those where it's going to shift from, but those are the higher probability places. Because as you can
Right.
see, the higher volume was right here. So this was the actual range that was created or consolidation before price took off. So I'm expecting the artist to be within here, which caused that break structure. If not, then I'm looking for my next area. That's the difference between risk entries and confirmation entries. Because I would be comfortable with setting a limit somewhere in here, stop down there, and then if it break it, fine. I do the same thing at the next area, or you could just wait for your confirmation so where you don't have to take that loss.
So interesting. Like the other day, when we had our call, my takeaway, the biggest one I said was like, I thought about what you said about doing this style of like refining rather than just looking for trades on the minute 1, right? Like just looking for order blocks. Like if you go in and use the minute 5 or even higher, which is on like the daily and the hour. I found minute 15 down to minute 1 works out pretty swell.
It does for finding good locations where there will be auto blocks at or ranges at. But the reason why I use, oh, I like that drop right there. Keep
Damn,
giving
I
me-
just noticed we didn't get in.
Hey,
All greedy and shit. Because look at this. This was like a prime.
that's what I like.
So yeah, that's just like the reality of it. So like if you're gonna be all greedy and stuff, like
I did not end up getting in.
yeah, I didn't either.
It might come up and retest it though and get back in.
Well, not retested, but a new range has been formed. A new buy to sell has been formed.
True.
So you
Yeah,
can
this-
either take the next one. But
So at this point, Chris, are you looking to take it out of that next range that was formed
Yeah.
right now? Nice. So around the like 1.22585 area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
going up.
Let's see what happens if it comes up and gets us in.
Matter of fact, it's a good chance that it don't come back down there at all.
Mhm.
Yeah. Damn.
I hope it goes back down there, but I
Hope
wanted
it
to
goes-
break this structure to the low. If it don't, then
One sec,
I can
guys.
see this as just mitigation to continue onward. The price should stop here and continue on higher. Because when I look at 15, I can clearly see a break the structure to the upside, and this would be a retracement. We have small, low impact news about to happen. No, come up. Yeah, I don't like this. Let me move to break even.
So now ask like why what is this doing and why is it doing what it's doing, right?
If
It's
you go to the
Yeah, I know it's the higher time frame.
because even on like if you go to like the 5 minute and you actually visualize what could be happening on a higher time frame, I can see reasons for it to actually mitigate within this range and continue to go higher, and it might not necessarily have to come lower. Because we technically just broke structure to the upside, and this would be a retracement to continue higher. So that gives me reason to believe that it's a good chance that it might not come back down there. I'm not certain yet. I'm waiting to see if I see a momentum shift to the upside. If I do, I might just get out and take what I have. Good thing that I do see though is that price is still below PLC now.
Chris, how's your FTMO challenge going?
I failed it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh no, what happened?
I was just taking stupid trades. Like I wasn't used to how much money was being like moved, like
Yeah,
50 and 100 lots. And it was like
you're
mad.
using 1,500 lots.
No, 50 and 100.
Oh. I was like, holy fuck.
This is like, yeah, so I'd be up in profit, but then I'd see like a huge gain, but I would only be up like 1 to 2 or something, and I would take it, and then it would go, and then that killed my confidence, and then I would get the smallest loss, but I'd be down like a couple grand, and I'm like, holy shit, like, you know what I mean? So it just like took my emotions for a ride.
Yep, sounds like it. That's a bummer.
It's all good. So I'm just trading my real account now, And
Well,
I'm
you're
doing,
making pretty good money on live, right?
yeah, we're doing like about 1,000 a day US.
Dude,
So
that is like I need to get on that level.
yeah, my account's not even big. It's still 4 figures.
So what do you got, like 6-7K, and you can still make 1,000 a day?
We're at like 4,000 now. 5,000.
And so you said you're using 5 lots, which would make it roughly about 50 to $100 a trade that you're risking.
Yeah, like 200, 100 to 2 a trade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Depending on
not
what-
bad. So like yesterday, you had that 1 to 12, I believe it was,
Mhm.
and then that's gonna make you like
We got
well
out
over.
early. Yeah, no, we were at like 15 or 1,600. We made off that.
That's fucking awesome. So
Mhm.
I assume the reason it's still at 4 figures is because
I
you
just
do
started it
withdrawals.
again today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I stopped the last 2 weeks to trade FTMO, and then yesterday I started trading this again.
Yeah, honestly, man, if I were you, I'd stick to it. It seems to be working,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
fun,
making
yeah.
you real money in real time.
Yeah, I still have another FTMO to do, but I'm gonna do it down the line, maybe if I want to.
Yeah,
When I have money
definitely
for.
not necessary.
No, it's not. That's what I've been saying. Like, and I only started with $200.
Yeah, and you flipped it to like 2K in 1 week.
Yeah, in the first 4
crazy.
days. Yeah,
Caught some good moves, huh?
dude, I didn't catch that many. I took a lot of L's at the start because I was going for silly moves, but then like what I've been preaching is what I've been doing, and it's been working out.
There you go. Can't get much
So,
better than that.
Oh, this is perfect.
yeah, a lot of what I say is like experience, bro. Like it's not just me watching a YouTube video and being like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. No, it's literally just from experience. Like, you know,
I have to take this.
like yesterday, some guy was like, oh, what was it? Like, how do you top up your trading account? You know, and I'm like, he's like, do you use this thing, And I'm like, yo, download this app. You're gonna get Bitcoin. It's free in Canada. Do it. It'll instantly execute, and then you're gonna transfer the Bitcoin to your account. So like, you know, they don't mark it as spam or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was just from experience because every time I would top my card up, or top my account up or add to it from the other way, like
sure.
from bank transfer, I'd always get hit for fraud. They were like, dude, you're
Really?
No, I'm not. Like, yeah, every
Canada's
time.
strict, eh?
Well, it's coming from like you're putting money into like some random like account. A lot of them are in the Caribbean, right?
Right, right. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point, actually.
Where else? Like Lithuania, or like
Eh,
fucking where's, you know, like Hungary, like all these random ass countries. So for you to see like maybe $1,000 going there, they'd be like, huh. Yeah. So anyways, like I said, it's just from experience because then I found my friend Rob told me about this thing that you can buy Bitcoin on and it's
Yeah.
free. And I just started using that. But yeah.
There you go, man.
Man, this is gonna be cool. What time's that news coming out at?
Well, it's low impact news, so I don't know if it would matter much, but it is. I think it might be happening now, actually. Hold on.
Yo, I hate my effects.
Yeah, so we didn't end up getting in this one, huh?
Deon did.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Young got in like
So it's new
before.
home sales and consumer confidence. And it comes
Yeah, it's
out,
got a low impact and medium thing.
well, there's
In
a
an hour. They have
ECBS.
one in an hour. They have 1, 2,
ECB's.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 3 in an hour.
Yeah, I
what's
see
true right
5.
now?
I see the 2. Well, you're
5
probably,
o'clock.
huh?
Oh, time zone. What time zone are you in, Winston?
We're all the
Okay, so
same.
for me, it's 9:04. I'm gonna be in, I believe, New
Okay,
New
so
York
yeah, it's
time.
9:04 here. Cool.
Yeah, we're
So
all the
mine's is
same.
showing that we have one at 8:55, one at 9, one at 9, and the next one is at 10, 10, and then 10 to 10, and then 10 again.
Really? It says,
Yeah.
okay, I only see 54 minutes, just the new home sales. Or are you looking on my FX book or are you looking on Forex?
No, I have an app that's called FXS Calendar.
Ah, okay. So a little bit different. Yeah, I just look for the high impact news. And honestly, I notice a lot of the times, even the high impact news does not always do
Move
anything.
anything.
Yeah,
Ramping company for random night.
like the unemployment rate guaranteed to move the market every single
Facts.
month. First Friday of every month at 8:30, there's gonna be moves happening. So Chris, are you still in a looking to sell?
Same. Let me see. Yeah, potentially, but I'd rather look for a sell when it breaks the structure.
To the low side?
Yeah.
Did you
Like
take
just
your limit
playing-
order off then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a good move.
Oh, fancy shit. I like that.
I think it's amazing.
It's just because you're playing it safe. Because this right here, like if you look at what Price is doing right now, this is just a build up, right? This is a liquidity build up. So now we're saying, excuse me, what's it going to be built up for, right? So, just let the move happen, the obvious move, and then we can always get in on the backup.
Right.
Sense.
I think it has the potential to actually make a higher high from here.
Exactly. So if,
Even though I'm short, like I can see that.
let me
Well,
hijack
because
this.
we haven't broken any of this like
Structure to the
almost equal
downside.
low. Yeah.
And we broke structure to the upside, and it just tapped into, at least on the 5-minute, the last range that wasn't mitigated. That's why it had this little push up from.
So here, let me hijack this for 1 sec, Deon.
All right.
Okay, you guys can see this, right?
Definitely building up. Looks like it might break up any second.
So here's our build up, right? You see my screen or no?
Yeah, so
Looking at
Okay.
my own
This
chart.
was the OG buy to sell, right? But we missed it. That's okay. But this was the new one right here that caused this break of structure. It was still minor though, right? So I still mark this one because for me, like price always has to mitigate, right? Like this is going to be a wall. So if price does come up, it's going to have a reaction off of here regardless, even if it's within the same candle or or if it's actually a true reaction, doesn't matter. But it has to mitigate here before it mitigates up here. But what I'm saying is like if price does come up, well, okay, like would you feel safe and comfortable taking the short? Because then we can do things like premium discount. Is this the discount? Like maybe right here is the discount. But then we also have things like what Deon said. This is a higher time frame range on the left right here, this candle. This would be like the 15 minute.
see, it's not even just that. See, this right here is something that trips out a lot of people. Zoom up some more, like bring more of the information in. And some more. All right, cool. Right there. All right, so hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, I can. Bam. All right. So right here we have.
Okay.
Oh shit! It stopped. The screen stopped sharing.
Yeah, I know. You can take over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bam. Like right now, if I'm on a 1 minute and I'm still looking for sales, it shows it that if it come up, it probably would be a good sell to take. But if you look on the 5 minute, or if you go on a higher time frame, the reason why I'm saying that I would be cautious with taking the sell is because here we have our low, we have our high, we have our low, another high, we create equal highs. Then we have our low, failed to make a lower low, but we did make a higher high. So if this
Yeah.
spoke structure, then on this 5-minute time frame, this would be considered a retracement. A retracement to do what? Potentially continue on to the uptrend. Then if I look further into this, I'm looking for POIs. So if I come here and I pick the one at the bottom and I say, okay, we have this POI at the bottom, it was kind of tapped into right here. Then we have one more that is right here that wasn't tapped into until just now. Boom, price came into, and now we're sitting here and we're doing this range thing. And what we could be doing is trying to get people to go short or actually creating liquidity on the upside for this to continue on and break structure to the upside. And I'm saying this knowing that I'm short right now.
So hold on. Let me steal this again. Because I have the shit marked out on mine.
All right.
All right. So yeah, I agree with you, right? Because then remember our first position, this over here, or our first area we marked out over here. So
Exactly.
this was the true hold on. This was the true area. Oh, so got this. Oh, okay. Where was it? Over here. I don't know why it's not showing up, but that was within here, right? Holy shit! I'm sorry. Here we have to find right here, this area, right? So price didn't hit this area. I don't know if I can do it all the way to the left. Let's see. No, I won't. Okay, but anyways, we know that that area over there would have been like the obvious place for price to mitigate and make that higher high, because when I saw this, right, this is just inducement in order to get up there, right? If not up here. But so what you're saying, I agree with Deon. It's just, here's the thing, if you're not in a trade, just wait, because if it goes up, cool. Wait for what we showed at the start, right? Like this, just wait for this, then get in, right? But if you're going long, well, you're also technically going against the recent price action. So in order, here, okay. If I was looking for a trade, this is what I would look for. I would look for this to break structure, but ultimately maybe this to break structure, right? So if I'm looking for a long, I want to see at least this, failure to make a higher high, a break like that, mitigation, then I can take my entry, right?
Agreed.
Go target up to here. But this is playing it safe because right now, yes, like I could take this long, but look, there's all this equal lows, right? Liquidity. In addition to all this and this. But the same thing goes for the short. If we're looking for a short, well, there's all this upside liquidity and equal highs. So it's just like you can take any trade, but just take the logical and calculated move. Don't worry to like force the hand. Just chill. Like if you didn't get
And the
in.
reason why I brought up the fact that it could potentially go long is because at the beginning of this, we are with short buyers. So we
Yeah.
can get tunnel vision only trying to just see where we can take our next short from, missing the fact of, well, price can also go long from here. So
Yeah.
if we're just looking for just a mitigation without the confirmation, it's like we can fuck ourselves on the long, not seeing that, on the short, not seeing that price still can potentially go long. It can go short too, but what I'm saying is don't just look for the short because that was the first trade that was missed, because that's the psychological part. We all seen the first short and then some of us missed it. So now we're like, okay, where can we get short at again instead of stepping back and reanalyzing everything that just played out and seeing all the potential options.
So look, and then this is on the 15. These are all equal lows, right? We know too when we have these equal lows, what are they? Oh shit. Oh shit, what the heck? Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. There it goes. See, break to the top. It's going to the upside now, right? So these equal lows, or sorry, these protected lows are making higher highs, right? So if we drew this out, god damn, bro, I need a bigger screen. Right, higher high, higher low, equal high, still a higher low, broke through the equal highs, right? Made a higher high. This is the higher low. Notice this is the range right here, right? That broke, I guess, this structure, whatever, but this isn't really clean. But we did hit that 50 of that range. So yes, we could take this up to this area. But like I said, like I'd rather just chill and wait for the obvious move. Like, man, if you're like, once you have your account and you're doing okay, like you're not gonna really need to force it. Like, just let it do its thing. Just like hang out and right.
So right now, I'd say we're kind of
In the middle.
undecided, sort of.
Exactly.
Exactly. But this is why it's important to stay unbiased. And I'm glad that Deon said that. Like, why we.
Yeah, I also, I I said that too. I just realized my mic was muted. I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, and not remaining biased. And that's something I was kind of struggling with too, because like the first trade was a sell. And it's like, okay, now we're just looking for sells. Well, not really, because if we analyze it, we just got, you know, even though it was only a wick, a break of structure above this little range that it was creating. And if we're looking back, this is actually just a higher low after creating a higher high, which is not exactly like term. Well, it's not at all
Bearish.
terms for a sell.
But it's hard to see when you miss the first trade and you're like, okay, how can I get in now? Because now you just hyper focused on how can I get in, which is
Right.
why I'm always saying now, like always go back and examine and see what's going on a higher time frame, because that's
Yeah.
what get people, and they're wondering why POI is not holding or it's being broken through. It's because, well, on the higher time frame, we was mitigating something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just about waiting.
Then
through the
also think about this. This is counter turn trades looking for the
Yeah.
short. The
Yeah, it is.
long would be the more profitable trade. So even if it breaks all the way down here and you miss it all, the long to attempt to potentially make a higher high will be the better trade no matter what,
Mhm.
because price is bullish.
The best. So one thing that I discovered for myself is say like here, what I like price to do. You see how price is kind of just like tripping like all over the place here, right? It's doing its thing.
Yeah.
What I like to see, especially if we're in like an actual movement, right? Like here we're going from, low to high, high to low, low to high. Is I like to see, is what I've been noticing, right? Like price will break out, but then all of a sudden, as soon as it breaks out, it's going to come back. It's going to come back, and then it'll break out again, and then it's going to come back. This is the exact same thing: range initiation, mitigation, continuation. But there's going to be ranges here, right? So,
Right.
like, let's look at the downside of right here. So price was ranging. So it was like, what are we going to do? Building up liquidity. It broke out, and then as soon as it broke out, there was like a big movement, like a big candle or something, right? Initiation. And then as soon as it happened, notice how they like wick or they start to chill out. So see like right here, it had the big move and then the candle got smaller and then it starts coming back and it came back. So this right here was our schematic. But then we had another big candle and it didn't really come back here, which is cool. Or sorry, let me go like this, right? and then it started to come back. And then the same thing happened, nice big move, breakout, and then now we're starting to come back here. My point is, like, just from what I've been noticing, like the style of the candles and stuff, you'll have like some sort of range, then a big breakout, and then price will kind of like decide what it's gonna do. But the breakout, right, will always come back like this, complex pull back, and then it'll break out again, and then complex pull back like this. But my point is, once we just delete this, okay, this was awesome price action. This was awesome price action.
Yeah.
All from before, right? However, this is just doing nothing. So if you're trying to force something here, because somebody could have been like, look, there's a breaker structure to the upside. Boom, right? Yeah, but come on, bro. Like, know what this is. Like, this right here is going to be liquidity for something. Something's
Right.
going to happen. There's going to be a big move. So let's let it do its thing, and then we can get in after. Because I rather come back on the day. Like, we still have an hour and 40 minutes till it's 11 when we're done. So anything could happen, right? Even I remember I said that at like 8:20, like when it was like right here. And then all of a sudden we had all these opportunities. But
Right.
let it do its thing. We know this right here, like even this gets me excited because this is going to have a big move, right? Like, is it going to be going to the downside? Is it going to be going to the upside? I don't really care. I just know it's ranging. They're stacking orders. But what I'm saying is, like, look for this, man, because this is how you make easy money right there. Because it's doing the same thing. Come back, come back, come back. Like, easy, Same with over
Yeah.
here. Well, not as much, but
See, right now, what we have though, in the current range is we do have a bunch of equal lows. So I'm curious, it might break right now, literally. Break
yeah,
below.
it could break for sure. But we also have equal highs to an extent, right?
We do. And it hasn't broken yet.
There we go. So now it's going.
Now
So
it just
Deon's
did.
good, making his money.
Are you still
I'm
in
actually
this,
watching a
Deon?
whole nother trade. Yeah, but I'm trying to get into a whole nother pair right now.
Gotcha.
So
Once I'm in a trade, I set my alerts and I just pay it no mind until they're hit. When they're hit, then I look at it because it can my psychology could get fucked up if I'm watching it, and then I can take myself out of my trade.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you're probably in some nice profits right now.
Hold on, let me see. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey,
so like now, like I'd be looking for a short there.
if we break this low and come back up, I would be comfortable with taking the short. Because
Yeah.
then it shows the breaker structure to the downside and it's happening on the 5-minute. And then if we come back up, that would be mitigation to continuation. Then I'll be looking to get out where I'm trying to take my longs at. But this is not letting me get my damn order in on this. And I'm missing it. And I'm not in my full position. It sucks.
So it looks like it did just break this previous low.
I look for body closes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with the wick.
This would have been a good move.
Yeah, right. Damn.
How many?
It's okay though. I'm not.
See, it would have been a good move. But to me, when price moved from there to here, it didn't really go nowhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying too, right? In hindsight, it is, but I'm comfortable with not getting it because it could very easily have done the opposite. Yeah, it did technically break structure with the wick on the 15, the 5. Yeah, it's all equal.
Come on.
Would have been some nice profits if we did end up getting in, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I want to say something. If you know what your profit target is, then it's up to you whether you're willing to take the trade or not, because y'all was just going over making more money, not making less money, making more money.
Yeah.
Y'all all knew that the trade had a high probability chance of working out, but y'all all wanted to make more money, so y'all didn't take the trade.
Yeah.
True.
And that's the consequences of it. Sometimes you're gonna win big and I'm not gonna be in it. Or sometimes you're gonna be in it and my profit is gonna be less because I got in too soon.
Yep.
Well,
37 to 75. 30, 40 to 75. 40. Let's see if this comes up. If not, all good. But yeah, you're entirely right. I literally was thinking that when we were over here, I was like, damn, like, should take it out. But it's just the greed. So you got to be conscious of that.
well, and it's also like, I feel like I have my preference for how I wanted to get in, and it came within a pip of getting me in. Like less,
Yeah, I know.
and it sucks, but
That's
like,
fine, man. Just be aware, because as long as
Yeah.
you're aware of it and you don't force it, like, don't go ahead and be like, oh, I'm gonna take all these moves. Like, say
yeah,
this.
that's
Like,
what
I'm
I've
gonna-
learned in the last 2 weeks. I've been trying this out live and just kind of learning as I'm going.
Mhm.
That's something I've learned. Like, don't just take every single setup because it's probably not going to work out. Like, you're not going to get as many wins as losers. And then another factor that really like actually has fucked me over has been the spread. And I know that's not like a great excuse, but there are 2 trades I can think of that worked out, got me in, and then would have immediately hit my profit target, but they didn't because of spread, and they stopped me out for various reasons. Had I been trading on this current account that I'm on right now, I would not have been stopped out.
That's fine, yeah.
But that sucks. That would have been literally like an extra like $800 between those 2 trades.
It's all good. Just
Yeah.
look for the next opportunity.
Exactly.
Keep looking
And I'm
at-
on a new broker now, which has great spreads. So,
Yeah. Just put in the work now.
yeah. Are you still with Traders Way?
Yeah.
How are their spreads on Euro USD?
0.2, 0.3.
Really? Okay. You know what Hugo's Way was?
Hmm.
Like 0.8 to 1
Yeah.
on Euro USD. So that's, yeah.
It's all good. Yeah.
CoinX is not bad at all. It fluctuates between 0 and 0.2, pretty much is the highest I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Mute server.
Yeah.
mute.
This is gonna be a very obvious trade right here.
Are you going to take it from that range
Yeah.
on the short side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It broke.
Not from the range of marks, but from the one it just shot out of.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because yeah, we didn't break it down here, but I still think we could play this. And yeah, my stop is up above here though.
So
my
where's
stop-
your entry? If you
Yeah.
don't mind like putting your position out, I'm just curious how you would. Yeah, that's where I was thinking too. That's what I drew up.
Mhm. Just to be safe, because you could do here, but this was still the range, right? So my stop's like that.
Your stop's right above that box you just
This
drew.
area, highlighted area is where I'm gonna have it.
Are you getting in at the bottom
What do you mean the bottom?
of that range that
Yeah.
you just drew? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So do you use the 50% on like entries now, or is that mainly just to figure out what's discount and what isn't?
No, just a swing. I don't really look at that. Like, if it's like a massive, say it was like a 10 pip candle, like I'm not gonna play that usually. But if it's like you know, like this is 3.5. Like I'm gonna take this, no problem.
Sure.
But yeah, you just gotta just try to go for the edges. Like Deon said, like you gotta know to like we were being greedy there, trying to get better entries,
Right.
but like we shot ourselves in the foot because we could have
Well,
had this.
we didn't get stopped out though. We didn't lose money.
Well, that too. It's just if you're going to go for super tight entries, you will have awesome risk rewards, but sometimes you will not get in on the positions. However,
I feel
if
like that's a psychology thing too, because this drop wasn't even much.
what do you mean?
Like from where we was trying to take the sell from to where price is now, this isn't even a big move. It's like you missed the entry that you wanted to take, but y'all didn't miss a like an actual move. Price has
Yeah.
been ranging all session from the London session up until now. Price has just been going from a range. So like, yes, I caught the trade, but I didn't catch no big move like that. Y'all didn't catch.
No, yeah, for sure. You're right. I'm just saying though, like what you said, if you get in, or sorry, if you don't take it, like you don't take it, right? But that's
True.
going because you're trying to get like those super, super tight ones. And sometimes they will work out, but sometimes they won't. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it'll come back just because there is kind of an imbalance and those 3 candles just shot down, but we'll see.
So it could, but if this breaks down now, right?
Yeah,
Like if it breaks down, so here it goes. Then the next range to play would be in here. But now you have to ask, do you want to play the range in here or do you want to play something else, right? Because if you're playing in here, we'll look at the overall swing. That's why it's best to take like, see the move Deon took is great because he's right here. What's to mitigate on top of this? Just
really
this,
nothing.
I guess. But if you're taking a move like if you're getting an entry here, well then you could have a mitigation here, you could have a mitigation here, maybe up here. Like there's so many. This is what I said on Sunday. There's so many other opportunities for price to come up to. Where if you took like the first one, the first momentum shift one, then it's pretty much like it's going to work or it's going to stop you and go the other way.
Yeah, because you don't know at that point.
Yeah. So
But that's a great, like, honestly, that's awesome. And I think it's helpful for me to like sit in on this and just see this because I'm really starting to understand it, I guess, better. And you're drawing all your ranges up on the minute 5 now, right? Like those are the ones that you're pretty much using.
sorry, I had to plug in my computer. No, still no. So like here, give me one sec.
I say use all your time frames. Like I have select ones that I go to, and if I see it on any of them, I'm marking it up.
Okay.
Cause if you get used to one, once again, you might miss what's happening on another time frame.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
like, and if it's not clear, then go to the higher time frame and
Work
yeah,
structure again, huh? We'd be up.
that's fine.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's just the one is choppy and sloppy, like
Yeah, it is.
compared to like the higher time frame. But yeah, no, I definitely look at the higher time frame more now than before.
Right.
Yeah, this is gone, bro.
Damn.
I'm actually
Well,
in 2 shorts and they're both working out, but I'm mad at my second one because I couldn't get my full order in, so I'm only half my position.
You took a short on this?
No, I've been telling you about
Oh yeah,
NZD JPY for the longest. I told you on the
yeah, I
first
know.
drop, now it's coming back up to mitigate that drop, which happened last week. So I've been watching it for like a week just watching it climb up until it got here, and today it's finally here.
This is the move, bro. You got it. Good job. That's annoying.
Well, it's not because once again, long opportunities is about to come. We just broke structure to
I
the
know. I'm
upside.
just saying the thing that annoys me though is like the fact of just being greedy from here. You know what I mean?
Oh, missing the shot in the first place.
That's what I'm saying because it's not like we didn't see this, and it's not like, you know, it's
Bro,
just the
it's even harder when you knew you should have took the
Exactly,
trade, but
that's what
it's
I'm
you
saying.
who stopped you from taking it.
Yeah, just because I didn't hit the button, right? Like you missed out. But it's also like a double-edged sword because it's like, well, what if it didn't work? At least you didn't lose money, right? But
Well,
just
and that's
because
the thing. We did not lose money, but now it clearly broke out of this range to the downside.
uh-huh.
We'll see what
Where's
happens.
the loan you're looking for, Deon? Is it this?
Hold on, let me see. Okay, share screen. Go to the 1 hour and just work
Go
your
get
way
some
down.
coffee real
Gonna
quick.
see
Be right back.
the range right there where we had the overall sell before the buy and that one inside candle before the buy. And then when you put on your volume profile, no, down low, lower.
This?
Yeah, that's the overall one. Yeah. Hold on, let me, my girlfriend about to go on a work meeting. I have to relocate. Let me transfer this over to my other screen. Cause if you go on a 1 hour and then work your way down, you could clearly see what I selected and why.
Oh,
And then if you add your volume profile on top of it, you can see that that's where the majority of the volume is also coming from.
what?
Right?
Oh, it's in here. Okay.
Like it's 2 sections that I have marked.
Yeah.
Oh, little cat.
Okay.
I don't have the food yet.
This would be the obvious one, I think. This area right here. This broke out of that whole Asian range structure. To mitigate? Almost.
One moment.
So I'd say we're probably downward biased at this point, or at least for right now. See what price does. What do you guys think?
I'm overall long bias. This is just a retracement. So for the retracement, you're always going to be opposite the actual move because it's like that's the definition of retracement. But hold on, let me get to my laptop. See what's going on. Hey,
Wait,
that's coming
actually,
back
yeah,
up.
you're right. Because if we can break structure to the upside, we can maybe look to take it long.
Okay, are you referring to a continuation trade down?
I
Like
mean,
when you
there,
said that you're sharp bias, because you can find a continuation trade down. This is the only reason why I like playing the edges. I don't have any more guesswork. Like right now, it's a lot of guesswork.
yeah,
Like where we originally took the short from, it was from a reaction off a higher time frame. And
Yeah.
now I'm looking for price to come lower so I could take the buy from a sell to buy from, once again, a higher time frame. The continuations is more tricky because you're less certain where price is going to stop at because could go past where you want it to go past, or it could work out. So
yeah,
it's like you have to be willing to take the entry. Like right now, how price just broke down and then we came back up into this little range. A lot of people probably just took that sell, but some people probably didn't because they was like, well, we have a lot of imbalance above that sell, so they might be scared to take it. or the equal highs that's still sitting above it, so they might be scared to take it. But some
Yeah.
people might just take the sell from here and say, well, it's a range, a broke structure, it came back up, I'm taking the sell. So continuation trades are just more tricky.
Right.
And the hard thing to do is to say, well, I'm gonna be patient and I'm gonna just wait for the long trade, because I know when I take my long, I'm looking for that to break structure to the upside. So I know
Right.
if I get in good on the good long, it would be worth more than the short trades would be.
Finally found a good one.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm just looking.
When, just now? I didn't open it.
Not you.
Oh. I was like, what are you getting mad at me for?
Adrian opened my
Mm.
message and did not. She's such a bitch. Literally, I'm tired of her.
Oh, you heard that, huh?
Yes, she sounds just like a woman.
Whoops.
That's me, man.
So Deon, would you be looking for longs if price breaks above this structure right now?
Hold on, let me see.
Like
Okay,
just
are you talking about a 1 minute structure?
Yeah.
See, okay, go to the 5 minute.
Yeah, I just looked on there and I didn't see.
That
There's
is why
really
I
nothing.
wouldn't be taking a long, because we just broke structure to the downside and we're coming back up. So if anything, right now I'm short biased.
Okay. Wow, really broke up. Still short biased.
Yeah.
Yep, because it didn't break the swing yet on the 5 minute. Like it just got to the last buy to sell candle. Like I would see some people going short right now, actually.
Are you thinking of going short?
Yeah, I
This is
just got it in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's so cute. It's a lot. You know, that'll work for your head 'cause you're so tall. That's okay. That's so cute.
Wow, look at this.
Holy shit, it's gone.
Just got in.
You got it in a nice spot, bro. Good job.
Yep.
Going in on the shot.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's only risking like $12, I think, on this one. $12.50. Not bad.
Pretty solid entry too.
Got in right at well, I don't know.
Somewhere.
But yeah, somewhere. Let's go. Let's tank.
Oh, okay. There it is. But this was a very clean, easy, simple trade. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like why, like what you're waiting for. Even if this doesn't play out, like, can you be
It
mad
looks
at yourself?
good though because we have the wick, which I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like,
So what I mean is, like, even if this doesn't play out, are you going to be pissed with yourself? Because like sometimes, yeah, they won't. This one looks perfect, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, are you going to be mad that you took this trade? Well, no. There's
No.
other trades that you're like, why did I take that? But like this one seems like textbook, you know. So it's just like I'd rather be wrong here than not. But I really do think this is gonna go. Like this one's gonna go. But yeah.
we'll see. I'm not going to be upset either way. I have better spreads now. I'm taking instead of taking a one lot trade on a $225 account, I'm taking a half lot trade. So I'm feeling, and honestly, the main reason for that is because I just tried to take a one lot trade a couple minutes ago and it would not let me, even though I had the same amount of leverage that I did with my other broker. That's okay though. Half lot, honestly, I feel like is probably the best way to go with my account size. So we could still target possibly that area down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I could still make a pretty decent amount of money off this trade. Could be about a 1 to 12, I believe. So we'll see if it works out. I think I just needed a confidence boost, honestly.
This is the wrong way to do it
You think?
because you have to have confidence in the fact of, you know, the trade that you took was a good trade, not if it worked out. Because you can take good trades that won't work out and it can lower your confidence even though you didn't do anything wrong.
True. Well, can I give
Like
you my
right now,
reasons?
this was a good short. So like for it to break structure to the downside, then come back up from where it broke structure at, and then look for the short is good. But
Yeah.
let's say you get stopped out. Will you feel, would that take away some of your confidence?
No, not really. I think a big reason for that is because it looks like a great setup right now. And the
Okay, that's
wicks
perfect.
means that it's grabbing some liquidity from this range. It has, you know, failed
That's a
to
good way of thinking.
break above. And, you know, there's been a couple trades, man, where those Hugo's Way spreads screwed me out of being like in major profit.
I can tell that messed you up because you keep mentioning it.
Yeah, well, it's just like I had no idea their spreads were that bad because like they used to be better. I'm not gonna lie, your USD used to be like a 1 or 2 spread on Hugo's way, and now it's like 8 or 10,
Yeah, that's a difference.
which is just, yeah. And it's like, I was like, I cannot trade like this and be successful with this strategy on the minute one chart if those are the spreads, because then I have to pretty much double my stop loss, because my spreads are like 5 times higher than I'm used to them being. So it's like, okay. Let's go, let's tank. So Deon, did you decide to take profits on the short yet, or are you still in the same position?
I sold what I would take if I take my break even, and that's it. Like once I was up enough to cover my risk, I just took
Yeah.
my risk off, and the rest of it is
Gotcha.
still there. The reason why is because where I want to go long at is where I want to take the rest of my profits out from.
Okay. Which is down at that range. We could probably all catch that one together.
Yes, we can.
So we got an hour for price to get down there, huh?
Yeah, we have a bit.
So you don't take any trades past 11, Chris, and that seems to be working.
Yeah, like
Cool.
I don't. I mean, last night I took 2 super small trades on the Asia session, and they stopped me out. But like
Sure.
that was the outlier. That's just me being honest. But no, I honestly don't. I can't remember the last time I traded at night other than then.
Oh, I never do.
It's just
Reason
because, like
being,
I said, one chat, like you gotta understand why that is, right? It's not just cause, it's because
yeah, there's a reason.
reasons, right? So why would you, like, even now, like I said, we have an hour and a half left. Like, I'm gonna manage it still, like,
Right.
but I'm not gonna be looking for more to get in and stuff, like potentially
Yeah.
for the one at the downside. But it's just because then pretend you're playing sports, right? You have a set amount of time where you can do what you're gonna do in order
Right.
to win. It's not like, oh, I'm down by a bit. Okay, let's add a couple more minutes. Like, no, it's like this is your time.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm losing. Can you just add 5 minutes?
It's just so I don't know. You do better. Like,
Yeah.
I like doing it like that because then it's like, okay, that's all I'm doing within that time. Just
Yep.
focus on trading. So
Well, I'm trying to do what you did and do an account flip
yeah, you
in
can
a
really,
week or two.
don't put a time.
Yeah, I just need to like make some money right now because I just finished up.
You're already gonna lose if you have that mentality. Like, do it. You need the best thing you're ever gonna hear is get to the point where you don't care about the money. Like,
And that's
what
so
you,
hard, but so true.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're gonna talk because you always say it. But you'll hear all the top traders, like all the people that are actually doing this, like, you know, they like that's what they say,
Don't
stop
care about
looking
the
at
money.
because if you do that, you're gonna do things like, oh, I don't. That's why that FTMO I think kills you because you're like, oh, I only need $100, then I'm at like this amount or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Rather than taking the quality positions.
exactly. Where now it's based on performance,
Yeah.
right? Before I was like, oh man, we missed the trade. We missed the trade, but we still performed very well. Like, you know what I mean? Because look, we got a solid trade here. Where if we
Yeah.
were like, oh damn, like
You would be scared. Like say if you're trading for the money and you take your first loss or your second loss, from now on, you're looking at everything differently. Now
Yeah.
you might take your profits early because you just took some losses and now you don't want to lose the money now. So the minute you see green, you probably start to take it. But
yeah,
when you see losses, you won't
leave 'em.
because it's gonna hurt too much for you to take that loss. So you're gonna start letting your losers run to stop loss, and you're
Yeah.
gonna start taking your profits early. It's like it fucks you up so much in a psychological way when you think about the money. Like that's like the
Yeah.
worst thing that you can do is actually need it. Because the truth is, if you was rich, you would take your position and you wouldn't care, and the
Yeah.
odds would just play out. Like if you get stopped out, you don't care. If for you to take the next trade that you see, you don't care. Why? Because you could take the loss. It don't matter, and you know one of them is gonna work out. So what? But when you need it, it's like you start to think about this in a completely different way, and you make
Yeah.
yourself lose.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
And I hear
I've been-
people say that all the time, and I always overlooked it, and I overlook it, and I overlook it, and it come out to play time and time again in psychology. When those losings start to happen, like right now, how you say that you just needed your confidence back, it's going to be even added stress on top of that when you actually need the money that you're trading with to pay your bills or to make a living. Because now it's like, okay, I don't have the cushion, so I don't have the peace of mind. So now when I take a loss, it's gonna hit me even harder. So now when I start to win, I gotta take this. Why? I got bills to pay. I can't look at the money right here and not take it. I already took 2 losses today.
Mhm. Yeah, but I guess if you're trading like this, you should be making at least 4 to 5 times much, at least,
You would think so,
with
but
every
I'm telling
win.
you, your mind is so strong that it'll mess you up even still.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. Yeah, in fact, I'd say you're right. So how long have you guys all been trading?
Not that long. I just hit
Me, it is coming on 3 or 4 years. Yeah, it's coming on 4 years.
So how long did it take you to really break through? I'm curious, Deon, if you don't mind sharing.
About 2.5.
2.5? Yeah.
Yep. Learned a lot of the wrong things in the equities market. And it wasn't until I
Yeah.
got over to futures, so now I was like, oh shit. And then I started to trade small caps, and that's when I was like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was a lot of learning the wrong things.
No, same. Like I had, so it's been 3 years for me because I graduated high school 3 years ago, and well, coming up, like within a few weeks, it'll be 3 years. And so I had this kid. I wouldn't really call him a friend, but like he knew about Forex. And like I heard him literally on the last day of school mention something about it in class, and I was like, huh. And then I saw he came up on like my Snapchat, like for quick ads. So I added him, and he posted like a screenshot of like MT4. He did like an account flip. It was like $30 to $70 in 24 hours. So I was like, that's sick. And he kind of told me what it was, and gave me a little bit of advice, and I kept going with it. And I really didn't know what to do at first. Like I was trading the wrong way for the start, and it took me years. I ended up taking Nick Sean. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took his class back when it was
does
like
break and
$500. I think his class is now $5,000. That's what he charges.
To teach break and
Yo.
retest.
for fucking like that's what I'm saying. Like once you
But
guys
truthfully, I understand why.
That's
It's like
what
I
it-
make fun of it, but it's like you can do that when you're teaching somebody the skill to make more. Like no matter what it is, like even the person that does your taxes, if you know how simple it is to do taxes, a lot of people have no idea how simple it is to do taxes, but they're charging you because you don't know how to do it. I'm doing it for you.
Or accounting. You guys have any experience in accounting?
Not at all.
See, I'll tell you this. Accounting can get really, really tricky because like it's not that in itself is hard. It's the like scenarios that you can get put into. That's what I found is tough. And because I'm a business major in college now, and for whatever reason, it's not like I'm not getting a degree in accounting. I'm getting a degree in finance, business administration and finance, which I guess accounting obviously is important, but like I have to take like 7 or 8 accounting classes.
Shit.
It's ridiculous. And it's like, that's not exactly what I'm going to school for.
And my girlfriend took one because she was going to school for something else. Remember the accounting class that you took? Yeah, that was hard. And
Yeah,
when I
it
tell
is
you,
hard.
I breezed through all of her other classes that I was doing because she was taking it at home. So
Yeah.
what she did was I would take 2 courses and she would take 2 courses.
Yeah.
And up until we got to that accounting class, it was a breeze. It stumped me.
It's tough. It like accounting is it's a lot to remember. This goes here. This is this type of account, you know. And especially my first accounting class, it really depends on the teacher you have. My first teacher was like, she was a great teacher, but she was super strict and she did not fuck around. Like if you left the classroom, literally if you went to the bathroom, right, just up the hall, came back, you would miss something. That's the type of class. So it was like, oh, okay, like word. But I did well. And then this last semester, I had a different teacher who I knew was a good teacher. And he actually like helped me out on the final by like giving me the answers to the midterm and the final. So
That's a big help.
yeah, well, I was still doing really good in the class, but like you know why? Because I asked him. Like it was a pretty small class because kids just stopped showing up for whatever reason, mainly because it sucks. But like it literally started with like 40 people, and it was down to 8 people by the end of the semester that were showing up to class. So he was like, I was on Zoom, and he's like, yeah, well, this would be the answer to that, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Finished the class with an A+.
Happy days, mate.
I'm
This
just
is
getting used to trading multiple pairs at the same time, and I'm in 2 sales now, and all I see is profit flashing across
I'm
my
not gonna
screen.
lie, I took my
you
profit
go.
just now because I hit.
I see
Good
one
shit.
You took your profit?
500, 2,
Yeah,
5,
I took mine because I'm
This would be a good place to take some too, because it's at the at the low, but this low didn't make another high, which is why I'm
yeah,
holding.
so hold on. I did it because I hit my target. My target now is to make 1,000 a day, right? So
Oh
I
well, fuck it then.
on top of my losses, so that's why I took it.
Yeah, I'll turn my computer off.
I just
Nice
got
one, bro.
mine just finished up at a 1 to 5, guys. And that is,
So that's the thing, right?
Congratulations.
thank you.
Decide what you're
Happy
trying
days.
to do. You know, you could let this go because technically on the higher time frame, we have protected highs, break a structure to the downside. Like it's textbook, right? But
Yeah,
that's what I was saying in the one video, like run it like a business. Because if you have targets, like I know this one dude from Instagram, or I know a couple of people actually, they always say like once they hit 1 to 10, they take off like 90% and let it go. Right? Every single time they hit that. But then if you do that, you're going to always be paying yourself.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
I
for
think
me,
it's still go. I think it's still gonna go, but I just got out because I hit my.
I'm happy with that. I'm trying to hit these trades to build my account up. So the more 1 to 5s I can hit or greater, the better. And this was a great day of trading. I mean, we missed that first move, but then we got in, you know what I mean? And now price is starting to reverse a little bit.
Mhm.
And it failed to break that structure. We'll see if it does, but.
Yeah.
So you made $1,000 today?
Yeah, I had a couple losses, but I netted over that. Yeah.
So what lot size did you use on that, if you don't mind sharing?
Dude, I'm using I'm using a 10.
Okay.
Beers on
that's
you,
why.
Chris. Beers
All
on
right,
you, bro.
so you made $1,000 on that trade. You know how much money I made?
Can I guess?
$52.
That's
And
not
a-
bad though, because
Yeah.
it's just like
That's a 1 to 5 because I use a 2-pip stop loss, right? And then
yeah,
my take profit, so it's a little bit over a 1 to 5.
yeah.
I can't complain.
But I'm risking like I think $100 a trade.
Yeah, I
So,
was risking 10.
but that's how I flip this quick. I'm telling you, that's all you do. You just do like I said, 5%. You can do 10%, whatever. But I'm doing about 5 or so. No, less than that. What? Hold on. 10%. Yeah, I'm doing about 2% a risk a trade. That's crazy. So yeah, but in the beginning I was doing like 10%, 5% on the $100 because like I said, like if I lost, it was a tiny amount. Like it's just to get going. But now that I have some money in the account, like I'm not risking as much of a percentage.
Right.
Um,
Well, there you go. So you just made a quick rack in 12
For
minutes,
now,
maybe.
Wait, the crazy part is like once you get to a larger account, like let's say we're at 10 grand,
Yeah.
you're gonna take like larger positions. So like you'll start making 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, whatever a day, you know?
See, I feel like once you're at the point where you're making that much, I mean, you're already well on your way to there. I could easily see you making $10,000 in a day within the next like 2 to 3 months max.
Yeah, for sure. But that's anybody. You just
Yeah.
gotta do it. Like you just if you have the account, like if you have the money, you can do it. That's it. But the hard part is building up the account. Cause like even now I'm like, oh fuck, like I could have held that. And like even now I'm like, oh, I could get in now. But I'm like, dude, I made my money.
Don't do it.
I
Yeah.
just made, I mean, if we're talking account size, I just made like 20%,
Exactly. Right?
which is kind of crazy. So like if I
Yeah.
think about it, I'm risking about 4% to make that.
And
Yo,
you should
exactly.
always talk account
Like-
size and percentages, never dollar amounts, because that's how you can trick yourself into thinking that you're not performing as good as the next person.
Right, right. But then it does come down to like, once you do have that big account, are you still going to be able to pull that? And I'm
So
feeling
I did
confident. This was a great trade. It made sense. The previous break of structure to the downside, and then it just comes up, it shoots up, right? So there's definitely an imbalance. Do you mind if I share my screen real quick so I can just show you like why I took this? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, I was in the main group last night.
Were you like trash talking with someone, kind of?
No. There's the
Who
one
was?
guy, Daswick, who's that Miguel dude, right? And one dude's like, should we join the the group? And some other guy's like, nah. I'm like, how would you know? You're not even in it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
See,
I
I
seen
always
that. I was going to
recommend
batter
it.
the lot of them.
What's up?
I was going to batter the lot of them for saying that.
Whatever. But then what's his face? You that was funny what you said, Deon, and you too, Winston. You started like sharing and Deon's like, take him to school. Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know who KD is. It's probably not Kevin Durant, if I had to guess. But
You know.
I think he's got a playoff game. I hope he loses to the Celtics because that's my team.
Dude.
But
Yeah.
anyways, that KD dude. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious he didn't have much knowledge of just the market in general. So I just tried to give him tips and explain some stuff, I guess. So
Giving back.
exactly.
I lurk on there a lot of times and I don't post because I don't want it to spiral. Because every time I post in the main thing, it's like I get flooded with inbox.
Yup.
It's like I don't even mind helping people, but some people just want you to do it for them. Like they want you to call trades out for them, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Especially since I did the my markup, because a lot of people don't know that I do top down. They just think I still just 1 minute and that's it. So when people find out, they want you to do analysis on everything. And it's like I can't force an analysis. If I don't see it, I don't see it, which is why I won't trade it. And I'm moving on to the next one.
Yep.
So when you was replying to him, you and the other Chris do a lot of replies and helping people, and I like that. So it's like once one person slow down, another person is always there to pick it up.
Yeah, the Christopher FX guy.
Yeah,
Is he pretty good at trading? He seems to know quite a bit.
he has his. Well, see, trading is one thing and analyzing is another thing. You can be very good at analyzing, but you don't actually take trades. Right now, his analyzing is good and it's good enough to where he can actually help out other people. I don't know how his trading is.
Right. So right here, I guess looking at this, the biggest confluence is right here. We have the break of structure on this left side.
Oh, you saying
then-
screen?
Oh, can you see it?
Yeah, with the pink.
Yeah,
All right,
I got my position over here. So then come in, and this is what caused this move right here. It's pretty much what caused this break of structure. And it's the unmitigated range. And there's imbalance right here and liquidity because it caused this move. Comes up. I'd say if you didn't get in at first, like this one, I did not get in. But then the second wick right up to this point. Well, actually, let me see. What did I get in at?
What break of structure are you looking at that you took
550.
it based off?
Okay, so it was this one to the bottom. This, I was looking for this.
All right, perfect.
That was a good, is that how you saw it too?
I didn't see the bottom. I seen the one right there above your mouse. Now over
Right here?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
another
they
good
made
one.
a new high, and that was the start of the bottom of that move that made the new high. So now that becomes my new high and my new low, which is my new range.
Right,
So
right.
once it breaks that, I'm like, okay, cool. We broke structure to the downside. When we pull back up, I'm looking for shorts.
Right. Because where's the thing? I don't know. I'll just because it's coming up right here. Boom, boom, and then
See
higher low.
no, okay, look, go back. Okay, you see, no, where you have your first pink at, the very first pink. Go
This?
over to the left. To the left. It's the bottom range.
Yeah.
That. Exactly. That. Okay. Now come up to the high from there.
The highs
It's
right
all
here.
the equal highs.
Right.
Okay. Now anything from those highs to that bottom is the range. This is why I don't take wicks. See, because you see those wicks, I don't count them. So now I'm waiting till those highs actually get broken and closed. And then you follow it all the way till it actually got broken and it's right here. So if I was to, oh shit, let me annotate. So this is my low and then this becomes my high. Anything between here is just a range. So all of this was ranging until you get the breakout of this. If I could draw a straight line, I probably can't. Boom, right here. So now this becomes my new high and this becomes my new low. So I'm looking at this like high, low, higher high, boom, we broke structure.
Yeah.
So then when we retrace back up, I'm looking for shorts. So do what? Continue another break of structure.
Right. Yeah, no, that's pretty much exactly what I saw because we get that right here, boom, breaks down. And I even saw, this was the one I was looking at too. It broke below that, but mainly the main one I was focused on was this one right here to break that. And you know, there was equal lows. So at the time of this happening, you don't know if it's going to break above or not. And I guarantee some people probably took some shorts right there.
Yeah.
And got stopped out. And that's just how the market moves, right? Oh, well, it's a triple top, right?
And some people took some longs right there where your mouse at.
Breakout.
Like this. Exactly. No, this low, boom, when it came back here,
Oh, yeah.
they took their longs.
Yep. Then that didn't
And
work
got
out
stopped
either.
out.
See, that's how I would have traded in the past and not understood why it didn't work out. Well, we got the break of structure. It's going to go up, right? Well, no, not exactly. So you could have taken that, but that's like a risk. And well, also there's really nothing on the side to take it off of, and we have the imbalance right here. So we know there's some
And
liquidity. I remember
the
Chris saying that earlier
zone
today.
that's marked right there that you have in your pink is also a higher time frame POI.
Exactly. Those are the, I've noticed that's the place to get the money, right? Like to get the trades, like right here. It's pretty obvious
Playing the
that would be the
edges.
move. And look at that. That one actually worked out perfect. It came right up and then boom, right down.
Because that one was an actual high time frame breaker structure.
Exactly. And this one up here, see if we got in at the bottom, which I just didn't, which is okay. It's fine. It would have worked out. This one even, I would say, right there. Didn't work out. It's okay. We got in right here. This is the most obvious one to me because of the break of structure, which on here, we actually get a candle close right below this area.
I want to show you something else too.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this trade right here.
Do you want to share your screen or do you want to just drop? Oh, you can just drop. Okay. Yeah, that one.
Okay, well, are you counting the breaker structure at right here to take this trade?
See, this one, it's not as good, and the reason being is because it doesn't break below this point or this point, right? So this one, it did. It's the reason why it broke down.
See, now
Also,
this right here is a substructure play tone to me, because if I'm looking at substructure, this is my high, and this
Mhm.
would be my low that created my high. So once this breaks and it comes back up, but it didn't come back up to
Right.
it.
exactly.
So this would be my high, and boom, we just broke. So now when we come back up,
Yeah.
I can take a shot from the substructure. Now that's different than looking at it of this is my high and this is my low on a higher time frame. So you can also play the substructures just ping pong and all on through, or you
Right.
could just play the overall high.
Right, exactly. See, the thing is though, I also had an order set up right here, right? If we go down on the minute one, and the reason why I didn't take it is just because price didn't come up to it. I was hoping, and this is it, I was hoping that price at this point right here,
It's showing
when
inducement.
we got
and
this
everything
shoot
too.
up, I had my limit set right in this area, right? This, actually, let me refine this. Right at about this point right here, my order was set, right? And it
that
didn't
looks
even come
good.
into this range. So for me, after it broke down, this is the move that caused it. Boom. That's it.
Hey. Now I'm waiting to see if it actually breaks or not.
Yep.
I've already taken profit, so at this point,
Yeah,
I just
Sam, I
pick and
took
do whatever
right,
it feels like I
right
want to do.
here. So,
You gotta look, if you scroll up a bit, sorry, move your chart so we can see the downside. Yeah, right. And then look left. Scrunch it. Right. That's a big imbalance. So
oh,
it could
huge.
also just be breaking what's it called? It could be making liquidity in order to do it.
I could see liquidity coming down to maybe, well, let me
Go
see.
to
Continue the uptrend, because keep in mind, this
Right.
is just a retracement. We just broke structure on a high time frame to the upside.
yeah, so go to like the 5 or the 15. I was just gonna say that.
And 5 points of interest. Let's see. So right now, and let me know if this is what you guys think. I see 2 places, and that's going to be pretty much right in here.
That's one that I have.
Yep, which is pretty big. I don't know if I would take anything
See,
specifically on this.
it's pretty big, but since you know it's a POI, when you drop down to the 1 minute and you do see the breaker structure
Yeah.
to the upside, that's how reading
Yeah.
price action comes into play.
Right.
Exactly.
So now that we're
Look for
on-
the, or always remember too, like go back to that range, but if you take off auto, you won't get that shit.
okay,
You don't, yeah. You see how okay, hold on.
Yep.
Let's do this. This is your structure. So look for the candle that caused the break. This is the one for me.
Mhm.
Right here. Right? Why? Because we're still in this range the entire time. We're still
Right.
ranging, we're doing whatever. Then all of a sudden, price just broke out of structure. Like the breaks of structure are important because we're breaking through that ceiling, right?
So that's our range.
That's why, yeah, that would be a good target for me. And then this one in here, my range would be this guy,
Yeah,
like right there.
there we go. I
Why?
just drew it
Because
as,
we broke
yeah,
out
the
of
break of
this,
structure.
right?
It caused this move. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Caused this move.
But you're looking like literally you go like this, right? And then be like, what caused price to go through it, right? All in the same way if you can. But what caused price to stop ranging, to stop going up and down, and then broke through it? Because again, pretend that like it's like you're playing football and you're trying to get through these guys, right? Like that's all you're doing. You're trying to break
Yeah.
through the wall. So even if that range is small, like I would say this one right here look good too, because this was the range that broke all of these equal highs
True.
over here during Asia, right? So with
Yeah.
that being said, you got to think, because even though we broke, structure out of here, this was just substructure of this high and like this low.
Yeah, that's true.
This right here was the structure or the range that was that had enough money to break out of all of this,
Yeah.
right? So this one, because it broke out of all of this to the left, is going to be more strong, in my opinion, than say, what's a random one? Like say this break of structure, right?
Yeah.
Because well, we just hit the top again, then we came back, right? So that's how I do it myself. I just look for like what broke structure, actual structure, those equal highs or those equal lows, or just whatever, like what broke through the wall. Because you're going to need a lot of orders to break through the wall, right?
Right.
I agree with your last point, but also to piggyback of your last point, you're gonna need a lot of orders to break through the wall. The Asian session is not of significant break of structure that I'm looking for. Now, if you actually come and you see, this is why when I do the top down, let me share my screen for one moment.
Yeah, sure thing.
This is why I always start on a higher time frame, so this could not leave out of my mind.
How do
think
I
it's sharing now.
stop sharing it again?
It's up the top. If you
Oh,
wanna say
stop share.
sharing.
Here we go. Okay. There we go. Yep. One sec.
See, the more significant break of structure to me is what happened right here. Okay, let me
Oh yeah, you're doing that.
see, because right here was a significant break of structure, and right here was a significant break of structure. Why? Because it's the 4 hour. So I'm not necessarily looking to see what broke the aging range. I'm trying to see where's the order generated to break this, because this is 4 hour time frame, and this is a swing high. So now if I zoom in here, even if I stay on a 4 hour time frame, I can see that the range is somewhere within here. So then all I do is I look for and I work my way down. But you could be wrong about your selection. But if we're going off of just like ranges, the first range is right here.
Yeah,
other
that's
than
the most
all the way
optimal.
down here.
Yeah. No,
So
that
then I
one
just
I
select
agree
and I
with.
work my way.
And one sec, before you change the time frame, this right here is solid because if we're gonna go down to the second one, the lower one, we first have to break through that one above, right? So that's why I would be cool with taking an order there, especially because it's the 4 hours. So it's going to be stronger. It's going to have a stronger reaction than like the seconds or something, right? The minutes. That's it.
Then I'm coming down to the 1 hour and we can see more of, okay, this was a range. So then you see what's inside of the 1 hour. What's left is this candle right here. This is the last candle right here. I'm also selecting the bottom of that so I can see that. So I'm also aware that it can come below this.
Yeah.
Because on the 4 hour, it's this whole range here. So even though I have this selected, this is why knowing how to take confirmation entries is so important, because you can just be eyeing this and then they go wick below this. And you're like, well, why did it wick below this? Well, because this whole thing is the POI. You can refine it, but you just have to keep in mind that it's all there. And the lower you go down, the more you're gonna just start to refine and see it. But you don't have to force it. Like right here, I don't really see much. I see that it wicked down below here and took that, but here I can't see anything super clear. To my 5 minute, I can see, once again, nothing super clear. I can see a range right here that price shot out from. So this would be the low of a range, this would be the top of the range, and price dropped down here and then went up like this. Now, did that actually break my structure? No, it didn't, but it's like I'm looking for things within here. Now, when price gets here, if it's not super clean like this, if I was trading like this on the 4 hour only, or if I seen this on the 1 minute, or if I seen this on the 5, I would be comfortable just placing my limit order within this candle with my stop below here. But this is the 4 hour, so I'm not doing it because my stop would be too big. But I say that to say that if I seen that on the 5 minute, or if I seen that on the 1 minute, I would be comfortable with doing so. But since I don't see anything super clean, and I see ranges, I have to wait for confirmation. For example, now I'm about to take this on a different pair that I'm in right now, but it's the exact same thing. So just apply this to the scenario that we're looking for when it comes to EU.
Look at Deon showing off with his positions, huh? Just kidding, man. It's like show and tell, man. Look at mine. How big's your position?
I didn't even say how big the position was. Okay,
Oh,
but look,
that's a surprise.
low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Couldn't make a higher high. We broke structure. That's the same reason why we just took that move just now, but on the 5 minute. But this is the 4 hour. So if I zoom in here, I'm looking for where's the candle that started this breaker structure. So then I zoom in and I see this right here was the last candle before the actual drop. So all I did was select this, and then I just started to break. I started to break it down, and I just go on a smaller time frame and a smaller one, and I just select and select. So now I see this one. This is the last candle before this drop down, and I'm just doing it on and on again. But if you go and you look at what price did, price still covered the whole range of the 4 hour. It went all the way to up here.
Yeah.
So even though I had smaller POIs within here, I would have got stopped out because it still covered the whole range of the 4 hour POI. Like it came up here to one of my POIs and then it came down, but then it came back and it broke that and it came down. So this is why the confirmation entry is just important. So now if I go on to the 5 minute and I'm looking for my actual swings of confirmation, that's when I start to see, okay, this came up and it didn't break this low. It broke this low. So now when it come up to here, I'm willing to take the short. Took this short, I got stopped out. Now I'm looking at it as okay, now we have our new high here, right? The same thing, what make this new high this low? So once we low, high, broke structure, when we came back in, I took the short. And you're just waiting for confirmation entry. But this price action happened within this whole 4 hour POI.
Yeah.
Yo, the only thing though, this was still, yeah, a confirmation, but it's still aggressive. Like I'm a little safer.
See, this wasn't aggressive because of the fact of this is a 5 minute
Okay,
chart.
okay, my bad.
Which is
Hold on.
why,
So what I mean is usually when it comes back up, I usually wait for it to do a failure to make a higher high. So you could see, I'm assuming on the lower time frame, but you know where
failure to make a higher high. Okay. So
Yeah.
this would have failure to come up and then come down.
Yeah.
It's like you look
Okay.
for.
With that being said, I might get a shittier position 1 and 2. I
Hold on
might
one
get
sec, guys.
See, that's what I call a momentum shift, and I put that inside of the group 2. That's my difference between a momentum shift versus a breaker structure. because what you're saying is, okay, we made the high, then we come down. If we
Yeah.
fail to make a higher
not-
high and then we break structure, I'm
Yeah.
taking this entry here.
That's
And
super clean. So I still agree with you fully with what you did, and I would do it too sometimes.
the
but-
only reason why the confidence came from this is, once again, this is a 4-hour
that makes
POI.
sense.
And this here came as high as I'm thinking it's going to come up to it. So once I see it cover the whole 4-hour and then drop down and break structure, that gave me my confirmation. But like he said, like hands is more of a confirmation because hands is a momentum shift. So when you see a high, low, and then it fails to make that high, that's like a momentum shift. And then we make the lower low. So that's as clear as day that when we come back up, I could be comfortable with taking my short. The only reason why I was comfortable with taking this one though is because, once again, like he said, this is a riskier entry, but I'm taking it off of a 4-hour POI. I'm not taking it off of like a lower time frame POI. And I know that the 4-hour just holds more orders. So when I see it starts to break structure, I'm more willing to take it.
Yeah, I still like it. I would have done the same, but yeah.
Because if I come to the 1 minute, it's like this right here would have been the breaker structure, this drop down, but then I would have got what? Stopped out, which is why I looked for the breaker structure on the 5 minute if I'm going off of a 4-hour POI. So this whole drop down here, it was like, okay, cool, the drop happened. So now I'm just waiting for it to come up. And notice I didn't say to myself, shit, I missed the trade because I didn't get in on this drop. I don't need to get in on this drop. I need to get in on the mitigation. So all this wasn't just a 50% entry. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, bro.
We're
Oh,
here.
this shit went quiet.
Listening. I mute it so you can't hear my sniffles.
Oh,
I can sniffle for you if you want.
Yes, please.
I know you would like it, Kyle.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. How are you doing, Kyle? What's up, man?
I'm good, bro. Just taking it all in, mate. Sitting quietly.
Nice, dude.
It's good.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? What you took you said a 7R today?
Yeah,
My man. Where was
did
it? Was
indeed.
it during
It was in London. It was 9:30ish my time-ish.
was it a short or
Kinda.
was it a long?
Long, mate.
Okay, I think I see where. Was it off
It,
of
it like literally wicked down, tapped my entry and
yeah,
went.
I see it. That's awesome, man. And you went for like the top or
Yeah, I targeted where it dropped off at the top, so
that's
made about
solid.
7R.
I like that. That's a great trade.
Pretty solid. I was quite pleased.
You got out during London though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice job, man. Great job.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, it was quite a slow morning actually. I couldn't really get in much.
It's really
Although the
choppy
move was
today,
happening, but
but it's good because the chop's nice sometimes because you can have so many opportunities to just like get in, but you have to like if you're gonna do the intraday stuff, you have to know pretty much you're just going like mitigation to mitigation, right? You're not
that's
going
it.
big play. You can, but
Yeah,
just be smart about it. But yeah, it's like a double.
for sure.
That's cool. How's Colin doing?
Yeah, he's pretty good, mate. I don't think he was on the charts today.
Oh yeah.
Part timer, Chris. Part timer.
Is he still working his job or?
Yeah, Still working.
I
Bit
couldn't
of
get
a
on the
shame,
charts
but
yesterday.
What's up?
I just said I could not get on yesterday, man. I got back home at like 5 a.m.
Oh wow. From
jeez.
what?
And it's not even like I was up partying or anything. Well, actually, it wasn't even my home. It was my girlfriend's house. We went to her friend's house, who lives 2
Yeah.
hours away,
Oh wow.
and like we left there at like 2:30 in the morning. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
Good time though, I bet.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't drinking or doing anything. No one really was, but it was a fun time. You know what I discovered? You know the Wii Sports. It's
Yeah.
pretty fun. I love some Wii golf.
Yeah, I
golf.
like the
Yes.
there's this one bowling game I always play with my grandma of all people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's Wii
Dude,
Sports
it's
as well.
big one's like 164 pins or something, and you gotta try to knock.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. Hey, that's good though. I don't know if I said it. I think I said it on one of the lives, but like
Yeah.
you gotta enjoy. Like I assume like you guys, well, I know you guys put in the work and stuff and did the
Yeah.
study. Like,
Yeah.
you know, eventually you'll like reap the fruit, right? Like you've
Yeah.
been planting, watering it, all that stuff, but now you're getting results. So like have fun with it. Like,
Oh, for sure.
you
Yeah.
know.
For sure. Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
today is kind of the first winning day I've had trading like this. As
cool,
far
man.
as
Good.
I've taken good trades, I really have, and
Here-
a
here's the
few that
thing.
really stand out to me. But
Yeah, a lot of people on Instagram and on like these big people from different groups or whatever will post
Yeah.
these massive trades, right? And that's cool, but like holding trades forever, you know. But
it's just not realistic. Like that's not what I want.
I won't say that. What I was gonna say is more so like you don't have to do that. Like if you know how to play
Yeah.
by these rules and you can do it well, then just take like little profits. Like when we hit the first take, I think Deon, did you take that first take profit or take some profit off when it hit that first range to the downside, like the actual big break? You might be gone. But
Yeah.
if you're stacking up,
My
you're
mic was muted, but yes, I did.
yeah, see? So right there, like, and you still have your position on, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, boom.
And that's like my second take profit. Cause you know, my first rule is if I'm up 1-3, I
Yeah.
take off whatever I'm gonna get stopped at.
For sure. And that's the thing, right? Like if you're playing it like that, you're going to be making money. Like you're going to be making money quick too. So, and it's going to stack because every time you make money, you can have a larger position, right?
Right.
But like you don't have to. And honestly, like some people, like I remember this very clearly one day, and this isn't to throw shade, but I remember somebody posting a chart. It was like a 1 to almost 100 R trade, right? And I'm like, no way, like you did that in a day. And they're like, yeah, but I got out at like 20 R for like total for all my positions. So they were taking like really quick moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though what I'm saying is like, even though you see these people online posting these massive moves, massive whatevers, I don't think a lot of them are taking them or holding them. You know, if they are holding them, they may be like a small, tiny thing because
Yeah.
they're not taking the full position all the way to the wherever. They could be, I could be wrong, but don't feel like you have to. So, like you said, even though you're trading like this was a quick trade we took, right?
Hmm.
Still made a nice amount of money, but we got in, we got out, like we had a great day. I'm on a high note for the day, right? So you can just trade like that and it's going to add up, right? Rather than trying to go for these massive moves. Like, because
And then this didn't even move anywhere. You can take the
Yeah,
same
it
exact
really-
trade on a day where like price is actually moving and you're gonna catch a big one by doing the exact same thing.
dude, like the thing I hope you took away though from this, it's like the fact that you just wait, you know, you just
Yeah.
stay patient, stay
We
disciplined.
were
and
patient. Yeah.
like this took me a long time to get because I would be like, nah, fuck it, and then I'd take an L. So
Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing the account flip. I guess today is day one, right?
sure, yeah, you don't need to over risk. Just wait for the trade, even if there was no trade presented today. That's fine.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. Like, take the easy, simple, clean trades. Like the trade we
Yep.
all took together was very obvious, and it
Yeah.
worked out perfectly.
Next 1 to 5, and that's like, and it's so sweet to see that like actually just play out. Like it was a perfect trade because there's so many confluences, and I mean, yeah, it's a 1 to 5. It moved 10 pips, like
So
much.
far, we took it early, right? Because we took it where price broke structure to the upside, not the overall swing, but like that little tiny area where it's ranging. So I think it might have been on a 5 minute. You would see the area, but even now you could still be in the trade, and we have all these protected highs. So price is going our way to the downside, right? But we just took it earlier, took partials, whatever. But yeah, so
Yeah.
you could potentially have a way larger trade that plays out, but screw it. I'm gonna pay myself and enjoy my day.
I mean, for me to be making $1,000 a day trading, I just feel like that would be extremely ideal.
It's pretty cool.
Because then you can just like, I feel like once you get to that point, amp it up. And I mean, it kind of starts like what I did today, like start making $50 a day. And then by the end of the week, my account will be doubled.
How long you were working for? Because $50 in how many minutes? Like 30, not even
15
30.
minutes, I believe. 14 minutes
There
was
you go, right?
Yeah.
So when you had a minimum wage job in what, high school or whatever, like how much were you making? Probably what, $10 an hour?
Oh, I hated retail. That was like,
You did a whole day's worth of work right there, right?
Yeah.
In 15 minutes. Like that's insane.
yeah,
I
that,
never
that's
had a
pretty much a
retail job.
4-hour shift at like pretty much any retail job in 15 minutes. And
I have never in my life had a retail job. I'm the only person that I know that never had a retail job.
Yeah.
you're not missing out. I've worked in food, I've worked retail, I've done trades. I like doing flooring way better than any other job, just because
I have trades too. I'm a carpenter. I know how to weld, and I have my CDL, so I know how to drive if I wanted to get out and just go get money that way.
you go. But now you're
Welding's
Forex
quite a
trading.
well-paid job, is it not?
Huh?
I think welders make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yep.
my dad right now is still a full-time welder. The only reason why I stopped welding is because my car got stolen. I had my birth certificate and all of my papers inside of it. And when I moved to Florida, I didn't have anything. So while I was waiting for my papers to come, a guy asked me to help him with carpentry. So then I started doing that. And then it took me like, I don't know, I think I was working for him for like 4 years. And then I got to the hang of it to the point where I know how to do framing. And we actually had accounts where we made cabinets to ghost stores, just me and him by ourselves. The only thing we outsourced was plumbing and electric. So I know how to come in, I know how to gut everything out, I know how to do the framing, I know how to lay the drywall, I know how to finish it, I know how to do everything from start to finish other than the plumbing and the electric. You can literally give me a blueprint and I'm going to build it for you. The only thing I'm going to outsource is the plumbing and the electric. Everything else I could take care of.
Sounds
And
good.
some of the electric we even still do. It's just that for really big jobs, it's not in our best interest to do it because we could fucking shock ourselves and die. But if it's a little job, I don't mind doing it all. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you see that?
carpentry. The only reason why I didn't go back to carpentry is because I hated working in the weather. The weather. I mean, not
Yeah.
a carpentry in a welding. The worst thing about welding is working on that hot ass fucking ship in the summertime because you're welding. So you're using electricity to melt metal to combine it together. So not only is the day hot just from the sun, the whole fucking ship is hot. I've worked on in Ingalls for the Navy and Coast Guard, the battleships and the housing ships. And the
Yeah.
ship is all metal. And you're welding on it on top of that. So the heat was fucking unbearable. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm good with trying something new. And then that's when I started doing that. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I want to try something new again. So then I went to school to get my CDLs, and now I have that. And I'm
There you
trading.
go.
Amazing.
But I like skills because I know for a fact that like I can always go get a job.
If you lose everything, you're cool. Like you're literally good. You know, that's what really got me here. Yo, there was this. I watched this movie. I don't know what it was called, but it was with Michael Douglas, right? And I don't know if it was Wall Street or something. I think Shia LaBeouf was in it too. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, so the old guy went to jail. He was like for insider trading or something financial, and then he got out and he still made all his money back. Why? Because he had the skill. And I was like, yo, how crazy is that? Once you have a skill like that, you're never going to be broke. And I remember I used to always preach that in like the YouTube videos way back, because you could
Yeah.
lose everything, fine. Like you could lose it all, and you know how to make it back, right? And that right there is like invaluable. That's how like you just have the skill, you know. But then it's like I say to my girlfriend, like, learn a skill, and then you can monetize off it because you can teach other people. You can do one-on-ones. You can do YouTube. You can like make businesses out of it. Like maybe like you know how to trade. So what if you made a trading bot, right? Boom, there's another way to monetize on top of doing the trading too. You know, like whatever.
For sure,
But
yeah.
this is I remember watching this thing too. There was this. I don't know. I think it might have been. No, I don't think so. But Jerry Rice or something, because his dad was like a mason, like he built, like he worked with like bricks and shit, right? I don't know what it was, but there was some movie or something documentary, and it was pretty much like the father was talking to like his son, and the son was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do what you do, right?" And the father's like, "I didn't work this hard for you to do what I do. Like, I get shit on all day. Like, I'm doing like
Yeah.
manual labor. You're gonna use your brain, because if you use your brain, you use your mind. That's when you get paid, right? That's how you make it. Like, people pay you for your brain, not for your labor. Because anybody can, but not a lot of people can do like this. Not a lot of people can do what we do. You know,
Yeah.
that's why they pay for it. But
Well, see, I think it's worth it to pay for, especially this group, because like, and I can't recommend it enough, because like, if you want to just, as good as the free Discord is, right? If you want to just sit there and try to listen to every other person on what you should or shouldn't do, and you don't really know, like, like let's say you got the basics of trading down, but then you're ready to actually step into learning a strategy or whatever. There's so much like noise, and if you pay for, especially Iconic, like you're in good
yo,
hands. I don't know,
so
and
this
it's there's the
I
course.
still like I still work. I try to reach out to people on Instagram. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're
I know
good.
but I still reach out to people and like will pay like for anything, not necessarily just trading stuff, but like how to do other businesses,
Yeah,
right? Like
networking.
I just pay because rather than going and trying to learn it myself, like you can do that, but it's going to take time, effort, you know, blah, blah, blah. I rather just find somebody that's successful, who's proven, and pay them for their time or pay them to teach me, or you know what I mean? That's how I think now. That's what
Yeah,
I've been doing now. Like I have a couple people helping me out for different things. And that's like, so I agree with you. And like I appreciate what you said about it, because yeah, like the whole idea, bro, the reason why I really did this and why like the idea, where the idea for everything came from, you know, because I remember talking to Deon before and I was like, do you think about a group? Like what about a small group, blah blah blah, right? And it's because look at you, like so you, Winston and Kyle, right? Like you guys are at an area where you're getting your own trades now, right?
mhm,
We just took a trade together, but you were able to see it, you were able to close it, you're able to do everything. Not
yeah,
a lot of people are able to do that, because a lot of other people are like, oh, well, can you show me XYZ? Literally every single step. And in addition, I didn't really do that. All we did was give you the content and the lives,
yeah,
right? And you built the skill yourself. So when we got on today, I don't have to go through everything fucking A to Z with you. You already know. We were just like hanging out for the most part.
yeah,
And then when the opportunity presented, like we took advantage. But it's more so like for those people that are serious, that are actually trying to put in the work and get there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Well,
rather
that's
than
Sure.
that's the difference. I think it's to be frank, a lot of people um in the entire trading business, most people are pretty new to it, because I think that the people that can't handle it get weeded out pretty quickly. And
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people don't want to put in the work. You know,
That's it. Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. They just want a shortcut. And it's like, and that's one thing that a lot of like even mainstream like Forex gurus have, right? It's if you don't put in the work, you
You're
know,
not going to see
the
any
one good
rewards.
thing Alex said was the shortcut is putting in the work. And he's
Yeah.
right about that, you know.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
So I've dedicated my time to, you know, playing less video games, going out less, you know, and I have a lot of free time now because I'm out of school.
Yeah.
So I just looking at the charts, figuring out what works, what doesn't, looking at the replays.
Mhm.
And now, you know, I think I have a really good idea of what I'm looking for. And this was a textbook entry, textbook confirmation entry, right? So,
Yeah.
and it worked out 1 to 5. And now, you know, it's 10:50. There's 10 minutes left. I don't really think we're going to see anything else today. And that's fine with me because that's a 5R return, you know?
5 hour a day keeps the job away, mate. That's the way to look at
That's
it.
right. That's right.
What time is it?
But
7.
we're going anyways. I asked her what it's like if you're flying in there and stuff like that. And she's like, they literally just ask you questions on if you're traveling, there's no proof required. Okay, we're going. It's essential. Thanks, bye.
If you're traveling, yeah, I'll just put a
Like,
letter.
what are your purpose? We could say, oh, we're looking for business space.
Yeah.
Where are you staying? Oh, we're gonna stay at
We got
this
it booked.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
So we're going.
Yeah, we are.
But I'll check.
You guys are
I'm
going?
coming.
Bro, we're going. Bro, we're okay. Look at this was a solid trade you could have taken.
I know. I'm still in this.
Yeah, you were.
I can't see it.
But we were gonna road trip from. Okay, so basically, my girlfriend, she's out of work for the next at least like 2-3 months, guaranteed, right?
Nice.
Look at this go. But
What trade are you guys talking about? I can't
holy
see.
fuck.
I'm talking about both of them. My NZD, JPY, and my USD is both working out.
I can see the money
Oh, damn.
signs in Deon's eyes right now. Let's
Yeah.
go, man.
Get the bundle.
Get the bundle, bro.
No, but anyways, yeah. So then we're like, bro, let's go for a road trip. So we bought like some camping gear and we were gonna drive across Canada to out
Yeah.
west. But dude, there's so much driving and like do you know to camp somewhere it's like $40 a night just to like sleep on grass?
Oh,
Like
for sure.
What?
insane. So we're gonna fly out and then yeah, so we're gone for like the next 10 weeks living out west pretty much.
Oh, damn.
I think
How are
that's-
you going to trade?
Oh dude, we're staying in like hotels and like
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're gonna rent a car and go camping
Nice.
out there. Like, it's gonna be sick, just living out there.
You should get a shotgun in case you get run up on by a bear.
Yeah.
I've had a few bear encounters in the woods. And,
Oh, have you?
Really? Holy
yes.
shit.
Very, very sketch.
You don't get those in
Ah.
Scotland, I'll tell you that much.
I have a 40.
Yeah, see, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get,
But this is America.
Yeah,
I don't know what
trying
the
to
laws
get-
are in Canada.
yeah, can
We
you
live in
get a
America.
gun in Canada? Or is it, I feel like it's a lot harder.
Oh, dude, it's very hard to get anything. Is
Yeah,
you, Kyle? Like, what's it like for you?
What was that, bro?
it's like walking in Walmart.
Yeah, pretty much.
When
What, to get a gun?
I bought my very first gun, it was literally walking in and getting it the same day. Now they make you wait. I think it's like a 5-day waiting period, and then you can come and pick your gun up. And I think they do that because whatever reason you might be purchasing your gun, if by the time the 5 days is over with or the week is over with, if you're doing it based on anger or XYZ, hopefully it's gone. That was the bill that they passed. So now you actually have a waiting period. But before you had no waiting period. If you pass the background checks, you getting it.
If you get caught with a gun here, you're going to jail.
Oh,
Do you
Legit.
oh,
have
there?
any guns?
Yeah, for sure.
Whoa, do y'all cops have guns or is it just like tasers? And...
No, they actually don't have guns. They just got tasers.
See, now that works out perfectly because it's an even playing field. But in America, I guess the whole reason of right to bear arms is because of the fact of, well, if our government got guns,
Yeah.
And if anything was to happen to the point where, because people like throughout the years, citizens overthrow the government, and I don't feel like citizens should be less equipped than what your government is, even though no matter what, you're going to be less equipped than the government because you just can't afford the weaponry that they have. But you
Right.
shouldn't be left with nothing.
Yeah.
What do you think of it all? Like, if the government's had no guns, would you be quite happy not having one?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't
Because
know.
it would to me it would be an even playing field. It's just okay now. What am I using a gun for? Hunting. Down it's like the animal aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because as far as the person aspect of it, if you don't have a gun, well, never mind. See, this is so fucking complicated. Because what if you're somebody who's little and you're being challenged by somebody who's bigger than you, who's also trying to take your life? Then what I'm saying don't apply to you because it's like, well, I couldn't fight this person off, or this person had a knife. So what? We're about to have a knife fight, and I could potentially lose my life because he's trying to kill me with his knife. I'm gonna need my gun. So it's like it's just not black and white. And I was about to make it black and white, but it's really not.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you'd have problems getting a gun here, that's for sure.
Same here, yeah.
What, can you not buy guns in Canada now?
Oh, you can, but it's very hard, and like you run through the system like every
I
second.
heard it's so nice in Canada. Why would you even want one?
Yeah,
That's
That's
true.
like the running joke that everybody in Canada is so nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is all I know. So, but yeah, I guess like if people are nice here for sure.
When
you
I used to
thinking
work
here,
in
Deon?
Georgia, they actually were nice. I would get people from Georgia to come there, and it was nice. And when I used to work in the oil rig, and we worked on Transocean, and they came in from Canada, they were super fucking nice. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
to say that it's not people in Canada who won't kill you. Like
Yeah.
that's why the joke is so stupid because it's like it's assuming that everybody in Canada is just nice. Like, but no, that's not true for any place.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think everybody's pretty cool here. Yo, I'm distracted by these charts. You see that big move to the downside, but it didn't
I
break
know.
structure.
I'm watching it now. Or it could have been this is a double bottom or a triple
That's what I'm
bottom.
saying. Yeah.
Well, not a triple, but a double.
Yeah.
Buy
But
it
at
back
this
up, buy it
point,
back up.
oh
Yeah.
fuck no, not from here.
Dude, I'd look for a short at that top, but I'm just nervous that
See, I wouldn't take the
Shit's
short
through.
because of the fact of it didn't break structure. Now, if I'm
That's-
already
that's
in
why.
it, then I'm watching it.
Yeah. Literally, bro, the last candle when they kept wicking, and then I was like, come on, just break. Like, you know, I was just waiting, but
And as it was going up, I was slowly drawing my trend line, which gave me confirmation that it was going to break down. Because I'm like, okay, this is a perfect
smart.
trend
I
line.
didn't think of that.
So yeah, if you're on the 1 minute, you could just see the trend line as the wedges
Exactly.
forming. And what I've noticed.